Done with Fencetech. Already preparing for Fencetech 2020, and I'm already starting to look for sponsors for that as well too. I'm so excited. Boom, the phone is ringing.
Okay.
All right, well, let's get that. As most of you know, this got dropped pre-release. How to make money with CCTV. Secrets to making enormous profits with security cameras, which you can find more about at howtomakemoniewithcctv.com. Got videos, I've got resources guide, I've got everything but the book for sale, which will be listed on Amazon here pretty quick. And that's how you know you got a pre-released version, no ISBN. So what happened at Fencetech 2019? If you haven't been to a Fencetech before, this one was the one to go to, because this was the first time that they combined the IDA Expo, which is the Overhead Door Association, and the Metal Association, Metal Fabs, which is the National Ornamental Metals Merchant Association, blah, blah, blah. So you had all the people that were involved in the metal fabrication, the fencing, and the wood industry, all the people in the electromechanical and access control industry, and all the guys in the overhead door industry, and then everybody in between. There were distributors there were manufacturers there were dealers there, so everybody was in full force there. There were a couple exciting things. One of the things that we got a video that we're about to edit is USAutomatic's new gate operator, the Ranger HD. So they have a new arm and they're using a Ranger control board. The new arm has extruded aluminum housing and a powder coated iron steel housing on the back. So there's more about that in a video that's going to be edited soon. We talked to all the big players with the exception of a few, and I actually did a video blog about that, complaining about having to go in and sell myself to these dealers, distributors, and people who are in the fence and gate and access control industry on why they need attention. I had to explain to some of these guys, the guys that I haven't met before, where I don't have relationships with, and I had to tell them why it was a good idea for them to actually do a video and put it on my channel. I had to go in depth. There was one guy that actually asked me what my business model was. My business model is to promote your product. Don't you get that? Don't you understand that? What's my business model? What's your business model? And why I had to explain that to him, it was just so crazy. I couldn't understand it. But anyways, there's a separate video blog about that that I did on Saturday when I was walking into the expo from my hotel. It was just getting me just so perplexed. You know, you can't get frustrated with it, because at some point in time, you know, they're going to get hip to the marketing end of the business. But again, you're talking to a lot of sales guys that are out there. That's all they're trying to do is pitch you on the latest and greatest of their product. And I tried to explain to these guys, if you're trying to sell me on your product, you're doing it wrong. What you're trying to do is sell everybody that's on their phone right now looking at your product. That's what you're trying to do. So don't try to sell me. Don't take 15 minutes to try to tell me about the latest and greatest. And I think wasting time on that is ridiculous. So anyways, I had a little rant about that, complaining about how these guys need to up their marketing game. But there were a few people that got it. one of the guys who understood out of just a handful was Brian over at BD Loops. And we talked about basic things such as the key metrics that we look at when we determine what people are engaging with and what is successful. And he really understood that. And I've got some exclusive stuff from him as well too. And I may have a product review coming from them. I don't do too many preformed loops, but he actually convinced me that preformed loops are in certain circumstances the way to go. So maybe I'll test one of those loops and see how I like it. The one thing I really do like about those loops is that it has a jacket on top of the insulation of the conductor. So you can only imagine the more material, the more durable it's going to be. Overall, it was a good expo. I got to see some people that I only knew online and knew from their social media feeds. One of the installers, fabricators, manufacturers out there that I got to connect with was Aberdeen Gate. I only met them in the airport on the way out. Like flying back to Dallas, I mean, there was probably a dozen access control gate fence people that were on the plane. So we got to talk a little bit right before we all got on the plane. They're so cool, but their social media feed and their presence online is completely on point. And they have an opportunity once a month for you to go to their fabrication shop and pal around with them and talk to them about welding and all that stuff. But I'm gonna put a link to their Instagram in this. They're so on point with their social media that it's worth you guys seeing how it's done right. So I got plenty of videos coming up. I probably got about 20 videos just on Fencetech alone. And I got a really cool exclusive from USAutomatic. I got to talk to Mike Storms, the founder, and he was able to tell us a little bit about his story. USAutomatic makes a great gate operator. Majority of their stuff is fabricated here in the United States, and they're just down the street from us, and I love those guys, but I never got to sit down with the owner. So that story from Mike Storms is how he went from an installer to a distributor to a manufacturer, and his thought process behind some of that stuff. So look forward to those videos. I got a bunch that are coming out. Got to get them all edited. I got to get unpacked. I got to get fed, and I got to get back to doing service.